Echoes of Aincrad is that rare SAO game pitch that sounds like a slam dunk. Go back to the legendary floating castle, fight to survive, and relive the death game tension in a modern action RPG. But after spending time with it, I think this game is going to split people hard. Really hard. Because a lot of what it does well is real. And a lot of what it's missing is exactly what people imagine when they hear Aincrad. But welcome back, everyone. It's mr.michaelxharris. And anyone new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm reviewing Echoes of Aincrad, out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. It's positioned as a single-player action RPG slash JRPG, and it's built around quest-based progression. So not open world, not an MMO, and not a hardcore die 50 times Souls-like either. In this video, we're going to go over combat, customization, structure, and pacing, along with performance, polish, and the big question, is it worth the price and who's it for? So let's get into it. Bandai Namco describes it as you create your own hero, choose your gear, build synergy with a partner, and push through Aincrad with every battle feeling high stakes, risky reality, that whole vibe. The official guidance is pretty clear that it's quest driven. Complete quests, unlock new areas, and progress the story. There was also a demo released ahead of launch with multiple missions and weapon types, and launch support included in a day one patch with balance adjustments and fixes. Combat is the reason to play Echoes of Aincrad. It's not reinventing action RPGs, but it does have more going on than just light, heavy. A big deal is the defensive identity. Depending on your setup, you're looking at parries or perfect dodges, and that choice changes how fights feel. It adds a timing layer that can be satisfying when the game is clicking, especially in duels or boss-style encounters where you can actually read patterns. The best moments are when you're not just smashing. You're learning a tell, nailing a parry, and chaining into skills cleanly. That's when it finally feels like you're surviving in a hostile floor, not just clearing a checklist. Now the other pillar is builds. The official guide to Aincrad talks about creating builds by combining weapon effects, X mods, and using enhancement and synthesis systems at the blacksmith to shape your playstyle. And that's legit. The game wants you to commit to your setup, upgrade weapons, and keep turning rather than just swapping to the newest drop. If you're reviewing your experience, I'd call out whether the mod build system feels meaningful early. Because if it doesn't bite until later, a lot of players will bounce before it gets good. So I focus on that. Now for the biggest trade-off, the structure. Echoes of Aincrad is very explicitly quest-based, and depending on your tolerance, that's either nice pacing or repetition. A lot of criticism you'll see is that the game struggles with variety over time. Missions and enemies can start to blur together, and the world can feel quiet. One critique that I have that shows up in the aggregator summaries is that it doesn't always capture the liveliness that you'd expect from an MMO-like setting. Ironically, even though Aincrad is supposed to be full of players, guilds, drama, and bustling safe zones. And to defend it a little, it's also not trying to be a real MMO. If you go in expecting an SAO-flavored single-player action RPG, this structure makes more sense. If you go in expecting the fantasy of living in Aincrad, the scenes show fast. And this is the heart of the review. Does it feel like Aincrad? When the environment hits, they hit. There are moments where the scale and the skybox sell the floating castle fantasy. But for me, the game sometimes under-delivers on the social tension and lived-in atmosphere that made the Aincrad premise iconic in the first place. Technically, it's not a disaster launch, and there's been immediate post-launch support, like day one patch notes calling out balance adjustments, bug fixes, and double save transfer support. If you're on PC, there are published spec requirement discussions out there, and player sentiment on Steam is mixed at the time of this recording. That doesn't automatically mean it's a bad game, but it does mean expectations versus reality are colliding. So if I had to rate this game personally for me, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. But here's the bottom line. Echoes of Aincrad is a game where the combat and build systems can carry you, especially if you're an SAO fan hungry for Aincrad nostalgia and you like action RPG progression. But if what you want is the full Aincrad fantasy, a lively world, constant discovery, and the MMO social energy you get from Aincrad, this doesn't always get there, and the repetition will be the deciding factor. For many of you, if you haven't played it yet. But if you've played it, tell me. Let me know in the comments. And let me know, did the quest structure work for you? Or did it start to feel like the same floor over and over again? And if you want more SAO game reviews, or maybe SAO updates about future anime and upcoming projects that might take place, hit that subscribe button. And I'll be seeing you on the next step of our journey. Take care.